Alright, guys, welcome to another episode of Providence Lucha Talk. It's your boy Jay Aguilar,
And this is Lucito.
and today we're here for another episode, man. Episode 2. Let's get into it. Yo, NXT Takeover 25. That
Incredible. It was,
incredible, amazing, mind blowing. I think they did an excellent job with this program. That the lowest rating I gave for the show for the matches is a 3 star.
yeah. I think it was altogether was a well put together show, and it was from beginning to end had a story and had some follow through from weeks prior to the pay per view, which was amazing to see.
I mean, all of that my boy Lucita just said right now is purely facts. Not a single dull moment throughout the match. Let's just dive into it real quick. Let's talk about Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong as the opening match, and I think they deliver it so well. What do you think?
It was great for. I'm surprised for an opener. Normally, openers are kind of like to get the crowd into it, but this just started off like with a bang. It was a great start. It was great wrestle work. They were both technical, and they both illustrated their that athleticism and their strong finishers.
And one thing for sure is that there was a lot in line because Strong had to prove himself to the Undisputed Era. Uh, Riddle is just trying to show that he belongs in NXT, and seeing
Yeah,
he got the W as I predicted, I'm really
yeah,
happy of the result itself. I think there was not a
yeah,
single moment that there was like like a moment of like dullness. It was just elevation after elevation. All the moves from the jumping of the rope, the grappling, the finishers.
yeah.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, Matt Riddle had this win overdue because I think last pay per view he lost it, so
Mm,
it was this match was overdue and Roderick Strong. We'll see what happens for Undisputed Era. Um, what like that's basically the effect of this loss. Will he be still be on Undisputed Era, or
mm.
did he be forgiven? So we'll see. We have to watch NXT this week to see.
And now, what's your rating for this match?
It was strong. I was giving like a 3.5. It was good. Both of them showed their finishers. Also, Matt Riddle had a new finish. It looked similar to like a Clash of Styles,
It did.
and
Good
and also
observation.
yeah, and Roderick is strong. I don't know if it was they were taking shots at AEW, but he kind of did something similar to Walls of Jericho, even though they call it the Stronghold.
Uh,
Even though
the Boston Crab Hold.
yeah, I think he doesn't. I think they renamed it the Stronghold. So I don't know if he's gonna start using it. But I don't know. That might be a shot for to AEW since it's similar to Jericho move. So
Well, not to go
we'll
into
see.
a rabbit hole on that,
Yeah,
but I do know, like in SmackDown Live, when Charlotte or any other wrestler used the Wall of Jericho, the
yeah,
announcer called it the Boston Crab Hold, which it has a unique name. But
true. Yeah,
this show to me, this match to me, is definitely a 4. Like I said, everything was well delivered. Not a dull moment. Great build up. Great finisher. I love the story. Can't wait to see what happened Wednesday night. Following match was the Fatal 4 Way ladder match. We had the Unforgiven Son. We had the Undisputed Era. We had the Street Profit, as well as we had Oni and
Lorcan and Danny Burch. Yeah,
yep. And
which
w- to me, all I gotta say is this ladder match. I'm gonna put it within my top 10 favorite matches because the way how they deliver it was so great,
out
well executed in
out
my
of all
personal.
time
Uh, top 10,
or in NXT.
top 10. So all time in my
Wow,
book. In my book,
wow.
I give it to him. I give it to him.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, like, so sure there was some type of rust. Saying not well
yeah,
coordinated movement, but at the end, the deliverance, the power moves, the grappling, the risk of high risk, high reward. Everything was well played out. in this match that I witnessed.
Yeah, I see. I think it was a really good match. It showed basically the diversity of the different wrestlers, and also
Good,
how
good
you have
observation.
interaction between the heels and face. Which
Facts.
the only baby face was a Street Profit, but I think it was too many people in the beginning. It
Mm,
was I feel like it was too many people in the ring. But as soon as everything all the chaos settled down and everybody got to able to do their moves and stuff, it was a good showing for all the teams. And also I like how the Forgotten Sons leader Jackson Riker
yes,
appeared, and he basically became like the power man out of everybody. So
it,
it was like a good turnout.
like he was NXT version of Braun Strowman, and like the way
Yeah,
how
basically, yeah.
everybody worked together, try to get him out, try to work, the ladders, the movement, everything
Mhm.
was well executed. And at the end of the match, right, Street Profit did one of the best moments so far in NXT Takeover 25,
Yeah.
where it was a good spear as well
Mhm.
as the other member. He just jumped on the ladder, gave that knockout punch, and was able to obtain the tag team champion first time in NXT in their
Yeah.
career.
And I think they got the biggest pop from the crowd. I think from the whole pay per view. I think the crowd was pleased that they won, and
Yes.
I feel like they have 100% backing from the crowd. So we'll see where the Street Profits are could take it from now on. So it's up to them to make the best out of this.
So for me, this match definitely got a 4.5 out of 5 because again, the only point 0.5 minus was just the fullness, at the beginning, a little bit messy, but they cleaned it up later on. So it was a well deserved match. 4.5 on my end.
Yeah, I would give it a 4. At first it was a little sloppy for my taste, but when it got basically the match going, it was good. I like that the Jackson Riker appeared, and how they basically NXT basically WWE listened to the crowd, and they're basically they favorite basically the Street Profit ended up winning. So it was a great match overall. Um, but I gave it a 4.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough right there.
Yeah.
Followed by that, let's talk about the women championship match. Shiro Io versus Shayna Blazer, and um, this was well delivered as well. The match itself, I have no complaint whatsoever. What about you?
It was good. I like that they had basic contrast in styles, basically similar to like a high flyer luchador from Io Shirai, and you have the basically the ground and pound tactician submission artist Shayna Baszler. So it was a good contrast, and also the story before getting into this match, it was good because basically it's a good build up for the match, and also a good finish when Io Shirai basically attacked, and
Went
it
loose.
showed a moment of
Whew.
yes.
She went in
What's up?
there and she just went crazy with that. One thing people might not know, and I actually took the time in watching the video, is that Shayna and EO, they face each other before in Japan, and like so,
Yeah.
so they're well known of each other's tactics and move,
Hmm.
and the way how they were able to dodge and maneuver and counter. Well
Yeah.
played, and like Lucito said, the ending when she just went loose with the uh,
Candlestick. Yeah.
yep. Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So this
But I
match,
think
yes,
it might give her like a hardcore look for Io Shirai, which she needs it because she was a little too nice. So now it gives her like a little edge to her. So it must be it should be interesting to watch in the future.
yes, and I can't wait to see what happened as well because right now,
Yeah.
what's her name again is Yia Kim Kim Yang.
Yeah. 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 Kim. Yeah. She might be the next coming up, the next contender.
She might be the
So
next
we'll see.
contender, or Io might get another opportunity.
Yeah.
So best thing to do is definitely give Kim her chance first, and then try
Yeah.
to
And
build up
see.
a triple threat. I think that's the best thing to do for this type of
Yeah.
situation. What about you?
Yeah, I think the highlight, well, it was good. I think she might get another shot to title.
Mm-hmm.
If she keeps doing moves like she did the 619, she got props from Rey Mysterio, which was great. Um, but and also the I think she did the moonsault with the chair and stuff. So if they are able to basically milk this um
Properly.
match, maybe make it a cage match or hardcore match, would be
Ooh,
great to see.
hardcore.
Hopefully, Io Shirai's, yeah, that'd be great to see. Io Shirai maybe pull it out and be able to dethrone the queen of NXT, Shayna Baszler. So
Queen of Spade, baby. I'm doing it wrong. I'm
yeah,
doing it wrong. So, with
yeah.
that being said, this match to me definitely got a 3.5 as well. Like I said, they did great. The build up, the storyline, everything. I enjoy it. What's your rating?
I would give it also a 3.5 as well. It was good. It had a good story. It both wrestlers were basically evenly matched because they were able to counter. They had some history fighting against each other, so it was good overall. And also gave you the finish wasn't just a complete finish. It gave you more, basically one and more at the end. So there will be more between these two. So it's a great match overall.
It was a wonderful match to watch, and can't wait where the story
Mhm.
goes. Followed through that, it was the North American Championship match. Valentine Dream versus Tyler Breeze. Now, Tyler Breeze, he ain't no, upcoming, player in this game. You know what I'm saying? He has been NXT
Mhm.
champion. He has been waiting to his opportunity since he been moved from the main roster to NXT, and seeing that he's working with Valentine Dream, I was really happy for him. Unfortunately, the result, is that he didn't win the belt. Lucica
Yeah.
definitely called that perfectly. But one thing I want to point out is that the match was kind of rusty to me, and I want to elaborate just a little bit real quick. What you notice is that they focus too much on the outer ring, you know what I'm saying, than the
Mhm.
actual performance. Yes, they did deliver their final perfectly. Valentine Dream doing his moons, salt, his flips over and over. That was good. All of
Yeah.
that was great. But when they were out of the ring, I feel like that had too much focus and made it lose, in my book, the rating just a little bit to be a 3 out of 5 in this match. What's your feedback on it?
I think I might have to give it probably a four, maybe a four, a
Okay.
little bit four point, maybe 4.25 or not a five because it was. But I feel like the story building up to this match it was great because
That's a fact.
basically as you mentioned, Tyler Breeze used to be in NXT, was moved to the main roster, and then he basically since they had nothing to do for him, they bump him down. Now he's a permanent fixture in NXT and he's able to contend for the title. But I feel Velveteen Dream, his persona and his moveset and like his youth, I feel like it's better than Tyler Breeze. But overall, they did a great match, and I think the since it's sports entertainment,
Yep,
I
yep.
feel like they entertain everybody. Even though the wrestling was okay, um, but they will have more matches in between them that they could improve on. But the entertainment was value was great. When they were taking selfies with each other during the match and at the end, kind of showing sign of respect. But it was great illustration of entertainment
I
in
mean,
this match.
at the end, I definitely understand of the respect part. During the match, I felt more like a taunt, you know what I'm saying, from
Yeah,
Valentine Dream, which he definitely could do that because he could play face or heel, and to me,
yeah,
he delivered perfectly well. Again, to me, it was just a 3 out of 5, just for the rustiness and the too much, mistake. You know what I'm saying, during the match
yeah,
itself. Outside of the ring, but other than that,
hmm
I really enjoyed it. Definitely was
yeah.
not that a dull moment. And let's talk about the final match card of the evening, which was Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. And wow,
It
wow.
was an amazing, crazy match. Like
Five out of
it's
five. I'm seeing it right now. 5 out of
yeah,
5. It was just too great. This was the first match that you and I agreed on for the
hmm
winner, and we both lost.
got it wrong. Yeah,
So
yeah,
wrong. The
yeah,
buildup of the story was great. It left off
hmm
from the last pay per view match, the uncrowned champion versus the champion. Um, everything that they did for the storyline, I think it was well delivered. The match itself, these guys, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, very technical, very professional. They know how to deliver. They know how to trash talk, taunt everything, the bumps.
Yeah.
There's not there's not a single complaint that I could give about this match. What about you?
I don't. I don't think so. They pull basically all the moves perfectly. I feel
Mm.
when I watched it, I felt it was basically like hard work versus destiny. So
Ooh.
Basically Johnny Gargano basically went from Johnny Wrestling when he started with Tommaso Ciampa as tag teams. Then he became Johnny Takeover when he kept every. I think he's been almost every takeover. Then finally became through hard work, dedication. He became the champion. But Adam Cole, he's basically like the chosen one and the leader of Undisputed Era. So I feel like it was basically hard work versus destiny. So I guess destiny prevailed today, but we'll see where Gargano takes it from now on. So
So you
and
guys
it's
got
not the first time. It's not, and also it's not the first time they wrestled each other. They wrestled each other's back when they were in the Indies back when they're like crazy like amateurs. So they have a long story
yeah,
until today. So
nah, good feedback right there because one thing people gotta understand is that after Finn Balor, you know what I'm saying? After Shinsuke, after Bobby Bobby Roodes, you know what I'm saying? They
hmm
needed an ideal person to take over, you know what I'm saying, to be the face of NXT. And Johnny Gargano was Tommy Choppa as well, but Adam Cole have something special that you got to give him props, you know what I'm saying? His charisma, his promotion, his way how he performed in the ring, you
hmm
cannot take away nothing away from this man. I think.
I feel like I call him like he's the modern era Shawn Michaels. So it's like
Ooh,
he had some type of like charisma that makes him like he's not
likable.
the biggest dude around, but he somehow finds to able to lead people, entertain, and still be able to back it up in the ring. So
I mean, like, again, NXT did a great job during their pay per view. But Lucito, I have a question for you, and the question
all
is
right.
this: who had the best pay per view? Was it AEW or NXT?
It's really close, but I think NXT this NXT takeover takes it. It's
Ooh,
five five matches. And it basically was roller coaster ride. And it started with a bang, went from Roderick Strong all the way to the NXT Championship. So I feel like the content, they were quick about it. There were five matches. It was great, like wrestling. AEW was great. There was a couple of things that I wish it was done a little different, but NXT took it this time over AEW, even though we had the ending of John Moxley and some other highlights in the match. But overall, I think NXT takes it.
well, if you allow me to play the devil advocate, okay, I definitely want to be, defending AEW for a second, okay?
All right.
NXT is 25 shows in, right? So
Mhm.
they had certain takeover pay per view that was very momentum. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
AEW though had started from nothing. They only had promotion. They only had whisper throughout social media. They depended on their friends and the organization to be able to deliver one of the first time remembrance pay per view that we have ever witnessed for this generation. So the way how NXT had 5 matches, right, within two
Mhm.
hours, AEW was only 2 hours and maybe 30, 45 minutes. But the only
Yeah.
longest match was the last three, which was the
Yeah.
Rhodes brother, the tag team match between the Lucha's brother
And the Young Bucks.
and
Yeah.
the Young Bucks, and then the last match, which was Y2J, Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega.
Can.
That,
Yeah.
that that was it. So
Yeah.
you could tell that AEW has great plans for us and are willing to compete with WWE in all levels to show that this is the show that you must respect. And I definitely with
Yeah.
them. Now, to come to reality with you,
Yeah.
I agree with you. NXT definitely had a great pay per view, just for the fact that there was storyline, there was stuff to for us to follow and be able to understand, you got to give him props for
Yeah,
that.
and also I think some of the one of the announcers in NXT during the match, they were saying that this NXT takeover is the true alternative for WWE.
Okay.
So it's kind of like giving a dig to AEW because they were saying they're not AEW is not competing with WWE. They're an alternative, but I think the true alternative to WWE it's NXT because that's the future and it's blooming. So it should be fun to watch how things develop.
Now, the topic that I do want to, continue on and talk to tonight with our listener is that what we're witnessing between NXT and the main roster is that they have a great creative table. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They have a group of individuals that allows them to listen. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the talent and allow them to grow. What NXT have is Triple H, Road Dogg, Shawn
But
Michaels, Michael
you mean
Cole.
DX? They have DX
Oh,
taking over
no, 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 no.
NXT basically.
Mr. Ash, he's with AEW. Remember that. And I don't know
No,
about Xbox,
true. Yeah.
but yeah, like so far, Generation X is definitely is like in NXT, and they're showing to the main
Hmm.
roster, hey, if you listen, you know what I'm saying? If you let people do their job properly, we could build up the fan base. Because right now, Raw and SmackDown, their numbers have
But
been dropping, and I definitely blame whoever's on the writers' table. What about you?
yeah, I think I 100% agree. I think NXT it's I feel like it's always been better since they've started. They had better um wrestlers, better talent. And people in the main roster are good and they're known. But I feel like people up top, I think it's probably Vince's fault. Um, that he basically he's the creative. Everything goes through Vince through in the main roster. So I feel as soon as I feel like I'll give it a year or so. I think 2020 his project for the XFL starts. I feel like when his main focus for the football begins, he might let go of the reins and allow somebody else take over the main event. So we'll see how that change.
Like
Um,
to me, is this right? If we're talking about the authority, okay,
mhm.
I would say that they need to allow these three individuals, Triple H, okay,
Mhm.
Shane McMahon, and you allow um, Michael Cole. And this is why. These men have been with the organization since the early 90s. That's
True.
facts.
Mhm.
They know the business. Shawn Michael even older because since the 80s. They know
Yeah.
how what people like. They they sold out. Michael Cole have been the reporter to the announce table to now helping in the NXT production team. It show
Even
how
he's even been a wrestler. He's taken up a couple of parts in a couple of matches, but even he's seen how what takes to be in the ring too. So
he knows how to sell a match. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And the thing that I'm trying to say is that Vince is definitely toxicated. We have so
yeah,
far been getting reviews and feedback from a lot of wrestlers, athletes who have left WWE, and the first thing that they point out is that hey, Vince McMahon, the writers, the creative team are not allowing us to be able to grow as a team. So right
yeah,
there is like if everybody is pointing the same thing and you know what's the problem, the solution is hey, you need to step back and let other grow. Because I think within Shane or Triple H, either of those two that take head of the organization, they're gonna do a great
yeah.
job. They're gonna do a great job. I
Yeah,
believe it.
because I feel like Raw is being ran by basically the main event is ran by
The
Vince, but
McMahons,
I feel like they give some latitude to Shane in SmackDown, so you could see the difference between Raw and SmackDown. That
such a
SmackDown
different,
basically
such a
more
difference.
more wrestling. It's basically a wrestling show, not just like a soap opera. I feel like Raw. I think last week they
Preach.
barely like didn't wrestle into almost an hour into the show, and it's a 3 hour show. So Like you could have watched us for an hour, then watch wrestling, and you would have missed that much. So it's just hopefully things change as soon as the football league starts and he looks at um basically the views go up as soon as he like lets go of the reins.
Now, with this being said, you know what I'm saying? One thing I'm hoping, and so far I'm not bandwagon nobody yet, but with AEW, they have till the fall to
Mm-hmm.
coordinate, to plan everything out, because they're going to be on TNT, you know what I'm saying, Tuesday nights, starting in the fall. And what they need to know is they have to trust on their talent and trust in the production team. You know what I'm saying? Trust on the
Mm-hmm.
four EVP that they have in order for them to be able to tell a great story like they did with Ring of Honor, what they did with Impact, what they did with the New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
got to trust on those guys for them to be able to show that in the States, we might not be as big as WWE, but we definitely can compete.
Yeah. And also, I feel like AEW, the owner he's the son of the owner of the Jaguars. He's
He
more
is
of a fan. He's
Tony
more of a
Khan.
fan.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's more of a fan of wrestling rather than let me take over and be the creative. So he basically put his money where he wants, and he allows the wrestlers to be as creative as they want, as long as it basically it will be profitable because people will watch wrestling,
Of
and
course.
he allows them to basically take control of the story. And it's not like um scripted is basically like true wrestling, and all the additions that they've been bringing over from other companies and stuff, that it's developing and shaping AW to worthy adversary for WWE. And also like uh, before they begin in October for
Hmm.
TNT, they have at least 2 or 3 more pay-per-views that they will be showing that it will be good competition and good awareness for them to gather more fans for their company.
And with that being said, um, one person that's also helping with the promotion of EEW and the creative team is John Moxley. You know what I'm saying? In his
Mm-hmm.
interview with Talk with Jericho, one of so far like the way how Jonathan Goodsman, that's his real name, because I respect a man by saying their full name like that. This man
Yeah.
just, he told everybody, listen, I have I could breathe again. I could let my idea flow. I work with what I could work with so that way my wife and my friends don't get in trouble. And now I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to help this new idea, this new organization to develop and grow and be able to be one of the top contenders, if you can say, to try to knock down this giant Goliath. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
one thing as well, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho has been a very vocalist for AEW. You know what I'm saying? When you spoke about the
Yeah.
owner, Tony Khan, Chris Jericho
Mm-hmm.
explained that when this man was a young man, Tony Khan, he wanted to see Chris Jericho in his last match with WCW. He knew who was Chris Jericho. The man knows number, and when he invests good. So I think this guy definitely is putting his money where his mouth is, and it's going to definitely be able to deliver it for the team. And I'm really,
Yeah.
really excited to see what AEW is going to present, because one thing we know is that John Moxley, he's going to be a weekly performer.
Yeah.
Excuse me, athlete. We don't call them
Yeah.
performers; they're athletes.
Entertainer. Yeah. The
No,
the
not even.
athletes.
No, 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 no. Not even entertainer. Scratch that out. They're athletes. Okay, putting
Yeah.
their body on the line,
Mm-hmm.
taking these bumps, the chops, the dynamic risk, you know what I'm saying? You got to
Yeah.
respect the art, you know what I'm saying? And their
Yeah.
body, yo, that doesn't take overnight. That's hard work that we're witnessing and well being produced, show off in the showcase when it's needed. So these are
Yeah.
true athletes, both male and female, and we got to respect every single person who
Yeah.
dedicate their
Yeah.
body like that.
And also adding to that, during that interview, he gave some insights about the industry and the mindset of Vince McMahon, and I feel like him going through what he went through, and everybody who came from WWE, him, Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, so they have an insight how the company works, basically from the inside out. So
Mm-hmm.
they're not outsiders trying to build a company to
Mm-mm.
compete. They know what it takes and what basically the model to basically be successful as well.
Facts.
So, and also, I think John Moxley also will be competing as well in New Japan pretty soon. So, there
I'm
was a
excited
post
for that.
in our Instagram that he was training in the dojo in Japan. So that's gonna be a really good match as well. And if we'll leave for the new section, but there's also a couple of good additions to AEW and also a superstar coming to AEW pretty soon.
I
So
mean,
it's
no, let's talk about it right now, man. What
all
what
right.
let's go into the rumor talk report, man. So what you got?
Well, we got Luchasaurus, and we also have
Sarah
I forgot
Gibbs.
Garrett Gibbs, and also that came up after the AEW pay per view as well. Recently, we saw a tweet that CM Punk
Woo!
signed a 3-year deal for AEW. So
Yes.
I think his first appearance will be, as I mentioned before, at the Chicago, and this is basically confirms my prediction that he will be attending. I don't know if he'll be attending, but he'll be signed and hopefully attending the the new AEW pay per view on August 31st in Chicago. So that should be fun.
Oh, definitely. I'm hoping that either they have him working with Pox, which was known as Neville in
Yeah.
the WWE roster. Hoping he
Hmm.
works with Pox, be able to give a hell of a show. I mean, with UFC, uh, it was not his forte, but him coming home to pro wrestling, something that this man, if he's a weekly and he faced, you know, John Moxley or Kevin
Yeah.
Omega, what?
No, I think
Chris
the
Jericho?
I feel
What?
like his first match should be against John Moxley. That'd be
No,
crazy.
no, no, no. I think,
That'd be
well, this the with all respect, Lewis, the only reason why I'm only disagreeing with you because we saw that with Kenny Omega, it seems
hmm
that the story might build more with him versus John Moxley. You know what I'm saying? So I think
yeah,
I think they already planted that seed for us. The I
yeah, true.
to me the ideal opponent for CM Punk will be either Pox, as I mentioned,
Yeah,
Sean Spear, or he might who if between Page or Chris Jericho, whoever loses, work with him as well. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Because I see your point, but I feel like what I got out of the AEW pay per view, I saw John Moxley as kind of like a mercenary. So
Mm.
he kind of like not doing cause havoc and stuff, but that's his thing, chaos and havoc. And CM Punk is more straight edge. So I feel like their styles will contrast, and they've never faced each other before. So I feel like that should be a good
Ooh.
contrast. So that should be a good match if it happens. A good match to watch.
And just to go a little bit more in depth with that, um, the idea of saving CM Punk and John Moxley later in the future, because now that AEW is going to be a weekly show, you have
Hmm.
so much room for creativity and build a good story for them to be able to give one of either their ideal WrestleMania match or Survivor match, whatever is that pay per view, a
Yeah,
hell of a performance, and people will invest more money to watch it and see it live than just giving it away so quickly, before the weekly show starts. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Now,
yeah. I wonder what the name, because I know they have like a casino theme pay per view matches and stuff like All In, Double or Nothing. I wonder what would be the first like, because they're gonna continue making pay per views. I wonder if they're gonna keep it as the casino theme or it's gonna be more like a indie theme. So that should be something that to look about, because that should
well,
be interesting if they follow the same theme or do
well,
something
just
else.
to wrap it up real quick, right? I
Yep.
believe Cody Rhodes said that it might be 4 to 5 pay per view a year. Okay,
Okay.
as long as they don't switch up the name, I believe double it or nothing could be their WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's a
Mhm.
good season. People they could definitely take care of out like sell out NFL
Yeah. Stadiums and
stadiums.
stuff. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think
Mhm.
that's my prediction that's their WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But definitely we're gonna definitely see another match. again in August, like starting the fall. Another
Yep.
one before the winter season, and then another one to introduce spring
Yeah.
to restart again, double nothing. Um,
Yep.
Also, in the rumor report, watching our brethrens in the YouTube universe, they have reported that there are up to 10 wrestlers, 10 names that they brought up that are looking to acquire their contract and leave the organization. Now, I'm just going to mention the name. You, Lewis, you tell me if you agree or not agree. You with me?
All right. All right.
All right. First name, Apollo Cruz.
He's staying. I don't think he will leave the
after he
company.
be after he been buried.
No, everybody's been put on. That's all. But basically, there's probably at least 20-25 wrestlers that they've been put on hold. So I feel like when this whole Super Showdown happens, you're gonna see a lot of people come from the woodwork, such as Apollo Crews and maybe Rusev and Shinsuke. So we just gotta wait. I think he'll stay.
All right. So I'm glad you brought two other names that are also in the list, which is Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura.
I think Rusev will stay because him and Lana have a good thing going.
He's
And
leaving.
you think what? How come?
Okay. So after Rusev was able to bring Rusev Day, which was something that it was
Hmm.
acknowledged everywhere where he went. Main,
Yeah.
off show, main, live TV. The man gave Rusev Day, and what was his reward? Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Well,
Not
he got the championship, but he lost it.
which one?
He was the United States. He started a feud with Shinsuke after that,
That
so it was like a pointless.
you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
you don't work with a great talent like Rusev. Rusev definitely wants to be with someone that's going to give him opportunity, allow his talent to grow. Shinsuke Nakamura, since the beginning of the year, he been letting us know, he's been giving us the vibe that he does not want to continue with WWE. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe there was a tweet or a post on his Instagram where he said in Japanese farewell. So that could goes in any direction for us to know that he is
Yeah.
definitely wants to leave. With the Japanese theme, the Good Brothers as well, they want to acquire their contract to expire so they could also join their brotherhood, the true brotherhood that are in AEW. What do you think of that?
Yeah. They're the ones I would say they might leave. They're not too happy in WWE. And they haven't been used properly. So I feel like they could be the ones, probably one of the first ones to leave the main roster to go to AEW to join the Bullet Club. So that should be interesting.
I'm not sure if they're gonna revive Bullet Club here in the States with AEW, but seeing them together again
Yeah.
is definitely gonna be a magical moment. Another name that was brought to our attention is a tag team called the Revival.
Yes. They will. I feel like. Well, we seen him yesterday wrestle, but I feel like they are I know what is it, Cody Rhodes couple, I think a year back before AW
Mm-hmm.
started, they were doing basically memes and making fun of them. So that should be fun to watch, to see it, the tag team, and they're able to get the response back in the ring rather than through the social media. So should be fun to watch if they leave. So
I definitely agree.
yeah.
Another name here, Luke Harper.
He's staying. He tried, and I think Vince McMahon will keep extending his contract over and over again. He's not gonna let go of that talent. He tried once already, and he's not going anywhere.
No, he's definitely leaving because to me is that Vince does have money. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
one thing we know about Vince is that he does not like to share with his toy. And sometimes
Mhm.
Vince, in life we grow up and you gotta let them go. You know what I'm saying? Just like
Yeah.
in Toy Story 3, Andy let go of Woody, you let go of these wrestlers, okay? Let them be able to be happy with the idealism, the creativity, you know what I'm saying? out of WWE, so that way you could have true competitors once again, like in the early '90s, like WCW. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
and ECW as well, even though ECW was not much of a major factor, but that definitely punched some some holes to WWF before they were WWE. So Luke Harper definitely would not be accepting the extended contract. I think he's definitely going to be able to leave out and join some indies, so he could definitely be able to make
yeah.
be
I feel like
happy.
I feel he'll be one of the last ones because I think
Last one.
Vince, like I'm yeah, because I think Vince will, because I think they have 90-day no contest clause, whatever. So they'll keep extending because I think Vince extended his contract due to his injury. So the time he wasn't wrestling got added on to his contract. So it's gonna take him a while to get away from this contract.
Well, I hope it's real soon. And lastly, EC3. I know
He's
I know he just signed and he was in the main roster. And
hmm
Jonathan Goodsman, aka Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, he explained in his last episode with Talk with Jericho that he tried to work with EC3 for him to be face. And because the audience, the WWE universe, did not reacted how Vince expected it for them to be, he is being punished of not being used and utilized during the live stream or the live shows. I think that's unfair. The man did great with NXT. He could definitely do great with any, company in the market. You should let this
hmm
man go and let him do him.
I feel like they haven't given him the push yet. I think he has to wrestle over, I think over 6 or 7 months. Ever since Dean Ambrose last faced him, he hasn't even touched the ring.
But they've
So I
been
feel
working
like they
together
need
during the
to
live shows as
basically
well.
get. Yeah, it's been a while. So it should be interesting because he was in WWE before he left, became a big star in TNA. He was the star in TNA,
The
then came back and through NXT, and
deliver well for a couple.
he did. Yeah, his intro was okay. I know he couldn't use his real wrestling, the Ethan Carter the third. That's why he's known as EC3. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel that if given the proper push, and I feel like after the soul dust clears out for basically the pay-per-views that are going on within this month, I feel like he's one of the ones that they're gonna start using, like him and Apollo Cruz, which will be a good match between them two. You have two guys that are muscular and athletic, and they could maybe
But that talent
wreak
is going
havoc.
elsewhere, man. Ring of
Uh,
Honor, Impact, AEW, those two are not going to stay there for that long. And I got a bonus for you, all right? There's two
uh,
bonuses, all right? Uh, Robert Roode and Rey Mysterio.
that Rey Mysterio will finish his career in WWE. That's guaranteed money in WWE. And Robert Roode,
What?
I don't know why. What are they trying to do to him? But he'll be there until the end.
Well, a lot of your predictions I'm not too fond of. I respect you, Lewis. I know you're a true wrestling fan and you love the business itself. I just think that once Vince leave and these great athletes that I mentioned leave the organization,
hmm
things I think the rebuild will be more epic and memorable than
Yeah.
what we're experiencing now. Now, WWE to end the show, they are having a big pay per view this upcoming weekend. It's called the WWE Super Showdown.
Yep. It'll be June 7th, 2019. I think 2 p.m. Eastern time. So.
And unfortunately, I am not that fond of this idea, this pay per view, this post WrestleMania. Lewis, explain why we're being treated with this event.
Well, the king, I think the Prince of Saudi Arabia, is a big WWE fan, so he
Baller.
like basically like splurge. He basically built a new stadium just for the WWE to put up their shows. Two of them were already successful, and they had a great viewing in their Saudi Arabia, um, like people and stuff. So they kept going, and I know the Prince is a big fan, even though he still wanted people that in the '90s that unfortunately passed away, and so now Vince has to find people to keep him entertained. So all the big guys and big names of the main roster will be attending this Super Showdown. So when I go over the matches and see who maybe predictions for the Super Showdown, even
Yeah,
though it's gonna be
I'm only
I know
doing it
Kane,
for our audience because again, like these cards right here, these
they're
cards.
not they're not good.
All right, all right. So I believe the opening match is going to be Triple H versus Randy Orton. Um, I think Randy Orton might get the W on this one.
I think I'm gonna pick Triple H. I think he might go through the entire evolution. He already beat Batista. I think he will be Randy Orton, and continue and be basically the winner of the evolution. So I will say give it to Triple H.
All right, fair enough. Followed by that is the filler, the Lucha's House Party versus Lars Sullivan.
That's just
A
they try to
filler.
monetize. Yeah, they try to monetize something that happened. Um, Lars Sullivan had some comments on Twitter a couple of years back. So even though Lucha House Party yesterday, they basically were able to defend themselves against Lars Sullivan. So we'll see what happened today on SmackDown when Lars Sullivan is being interviewed. So we'll see if there's anything coming out of that. So
Uh, Another match that to me is a filler, but for millions of girls and little kids, they're gonna enjoy this. Is Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon. I
yeah,
I'm gonna give this W to Roman Reigns because Shane McMahon, you're a visionary. You should not be on matches anymore. You should just help and produce the show. You know what I'm saying? That's your
no,
role. What about you,
even
Los?
though even though he is the best in the world, that he won that title back in Saudi Arabia,
In
you think he might?
October? Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm.
No.
He
No.
might keep. They might. He might be
The
pushing to keep.
Miz.
That.
The
Yeah,
the Miz
but
was the champion, not him. It's
yeah,
like
true. But um, I will have to also agree with you with Roman Reigns. He was viciously attacked yesterday by basically Shane McMahon, and he even got speared and mocked by Shane McMahon. So I think
boo.
he picks up the W in Super Showdown.
All right, fair to that. We have the Demon Finn Balor versus Andrade for the IEC Championship. Finn Balor, when he's in demon form, he has not yet lost a major match, so believe he's going to keep the W.
Yep, I say also Demon Finn Balor. I think it will be a quick match. I would probably less than 5 minutes. It'd be entertaining. It'd be entertaining, but it'd be less than 5 minutes.
All
So
right, that's fair. That's fair. Uh, Here's a match that I'm kind of interested for. The Finn Balor match, I'm definitely interested in, but as my co-host
man.
said, it's a 5 minute thing. But the WWE champion, Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler, is going to be one of the technical and I think well performed matches we're going to witness, alongside with Finn Balor and Andrade. I think
Mhm.
Kofi Kingston, since he's in a big high and people are loving him and he's going around the world with the belt, I believe he's going to still stay with the belt at the end of the match.
I 100% agree. I think he went on a trip back to Ghana where he's
Yes.
from. So but I feel Dolph Ziggler was basically a placeholder due to Kevin Owens didn't want to travel to Saudi Arabia, so they needed kind of a replacement, and somebody had some rapport with Kofi Kingston. So I think Kofi Kingston will win against Dolph Ziggler, and it'll be trouble in paradise for Dolph Ziggler.
Very no pun intended on that, my friend.
Yeah.
Very well. Um, Here's a match that I'm not too fond of. Basically, the Universal, I'm not going to call that, the Heavyweight
Yeah.
Championship belt versus Seth Rollins versus um, Baron Corbin, and I think similar to Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn would not be able to travel,
Yep.
so I guess he's the filler. And
Yeah. I think it was due to his nationality.
mm,
I think he's Syrian, so it's will be some like
conflict.
issues. Yeah, some like religious and nationality issues. So it's best for him to stay back home than you know
I'm
have a problem over there.
I'm glad that you know more about the background than I do.
Yeah.
So Seth Rollins, definitely I can see him keeping the belt because this is something that came out of the blue. It's cold. I don't think it's gonna build up anything more than this one match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. It was cold. It didn't have much to build up from. So um, Rollins will have a better competitor with Sami Zayn like he did last Monday, and
Yep.
other opportunities like Drew McIntyre or even AJ Styles once he returned from his injury.
Once again, yeah. I feel like Baron Corbin. I think he's one of Vince's guy, his prototypical people. So they keep trying to push him for the title, but it's a bad pick for Vince to pick Baron Corbin. But Seth Rollins will win it. It should be a good match. Baron Corbin's not too bad of a wrestler, but it's gonna be it's gonna be quick. But also let's talk about the next match. I don't know if we talked about it now, but Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. I don't know. We forgot on purpose because it's gonna be pointless. But
No, I
um,
didn't. There were
um,
next. Well, go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. Yesterday they had a arm wrestling match, which was I'm surprised that Braun. I'm not surprised, but Bobby Lashley got big arms, so that was a good kind of teaser for the match. But it was a bad setup because they made Braun Strowman look weak because Bobby Lashley was able to like power slam him and
I
power
hate
him.
that. I really do.
Yeah,
I know that we got feedbacks that we should not go too in depth with our rant and stuff,
yeah.
but give me 2 seconds real quick, okay?
All
How
right.
are you being called, the strongest man ever? You competed in these matches out of WWE. You killed it. You flipped trucks, limousine.
The
You could
ambulances.
ambulance just for the fun of it with maybe with 2 fingers top. And
Yeah.
you're losing to people like Brock Lesnar. What?
Hmm.
You're losing to the Shield. What? You're losing to people like
McIntyre.
Matt. Well,
Like
wait. First
it,
of all, McIntyre and him, they're almost equal. Okay, I'm not gonna take
yeah,
that.
but
I'm not gonna take that away
like
from him.
no, but he's it's not even. I know McIntyre's move is good. It looks more menacing against smaller, like the Claymore. But I
Yes.
feel like that Claymore against Braun Strowman, he should be able to at least take more than one. You know, like
Okay. Facts. But like the which one was the biggest bust? The Brock Lesnar was one of the biggest busts I ever seen in
yeah, that
WWE.
was that wasn't a good match.
So like this right here, given an opportunity to show how truly strong this man is, they 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 just made him take an L on this arm
Hmm.
wrestling. Yo, for real, Braun needs to either tell Vince, "Hey, I already did the dirty deeds, and some of your ideas is stupid. You got to let me fight for real, for real." You know what I'm saying? Bobby
Yeah.
Lashley, I like the idea that his is his opponent, but I don't want it to be just like that moment that we witnessed last night. You know what I'm saying? It has to be
Hmm.
something epic. It has to be something more impactful. You cannot be toying around. He cannot be Big Show, you know what I'm saying, of 2014, 2015. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He has to
but I
be
feel
the man, like the
yeah.
monster of man for real, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see your point, but I feel like this one they did it to like just make the prince happy. So I feel like this is kind of like something similar to like Kane and Big Show, like two big guys, like 1990s wrestling. So you have like two like power guys going against each other and seeing who's best,
But the
basically. Just
difference, but real quick, the difference between men giants like Undertaker,
yeah.
Kane, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Uh, who's another big guy? Uh,
Yeah, Big Show. You had Yokozuna. Like you had like
Yokozuna. These men were able to work the ropes. You know what I'm saying? They were
hmm
able, like Undertaker walking on the third rope like that. What?
yeah.
Kane being able
That's
to like maneuver on the top buckle and just do his finish. What? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
things like that we need to see again because like if they keep using, Braun as just a freak show because he's big and strong, like they're gonna lose people. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's how unfair it is for him and for us. So this match right here better be like unexpected, like the underdog of the whole event. If they don't sell
Yeah.
this out, I don't know what will. Damn it.
Sure. Mm.
And then the last card, and I think Lewis, from our previous conversation, I think you might be right. The Undertaker versus Goldberg might be the last match of the event.
Yeah.
And the reason
They need to.
why I say
They need
this,
to finish with this.
yeah, and the only reason why I'm agreeing with you now than I did before is because when I was doing some research and I was looking
Mm-hmm.
at the last event in October when they did the
Mm-hmm.
Super Royal Rumble, whatever it was called,
Mm-hmm.
um, the last
They had a
match
face down.
it was DMX versus the Brother of Destructions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that being the last event. So what
Yeah.
is between Goldberg and Undertaker, which I think Goldberg might take the W because one,
I,
I'm a big fan of him, and two, there's no way in hell Undertaker being nearly 56 years old going to be able to do like these power drivers and
yeah.
all those
There's gonna be.
tombstone.
I'm gonna feel bad for them because it's basically like people. You're getting people from the nursing home to like start wrestling. Cause like some of them already had like I think the Undertaker has some hip replacement, some hip surgery and stuff. So I don't know how mobile he is. And Goldberg, I don't know if he could tune in into like his like mean streak because he's been with as a Family Guy and stuff. So it should be interesting. I don't think if Goldberg hits the spear,
3 times.
he'll be done. I think one should be sufficient, but I feel like Undertaker will do his like the top hits. So you're gonna have like the snake eyes. You're gonna have him walking against like on the third rope, like you mentioned before. Maybe do a like a choke slam, but I think I would agree with you. Goldberg could take the win, but it's gonna be a short match. They should hopefully it's not more than 10 minutes because their bodies can't take it. I
Nope.
don't think so.
Nope. Just the entrance. Look, the
The,
whole
I
match
feel like
itself. The whole match
the
itself
entrance is
is going to be like 30-minute top, right? 30
yeah. I
minutes.
feel like the entrances will be longer than the match.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was heading to.
Yep.
We're in the same mind. We're
Yep.
far, but we're in the same connection. I feel you, man.
Mhm.
So, what is it between this final card, right, and the Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley? Well, they will have a 50-man Royal Rumble. And the reason why I say 50-man because women are not going to be able to perform in this venue because of their religious
Mhm.
belief. So, I think you mentioned what will be the top 5 winners of
Yeah.
prediction for this. Do you want to start?
Yes.
You should start.
Yeah. So I got 5 picks, but I have one dark horse. But my from the main roster, as everybody knows, I think one I have Ali, McIntyre, Matt Hardy, basically old school, maybe the Miz, Samoa Joe, and Rusev. But a person to watch from NXT, he started recently, and he's also from Saudi Arabia. I would say Mansoor Al Shihail.
Okay.
Maybe hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's one guy to watch because I know since it's 50-man battle royale, they'll be bringing people up from NXT and NXT UK to take part of the battle royale. So it should be someone to keep an eye on for.
Okay. Um, those are a great pickup. Uh, I'm gonna go with you with Ali for sure. Samoa Joe, agreed. Um, I'm gonna say Big E if he's fully clear. You know what I'm saying to be able to perform. If not, Xavier Wood. I could definitely see Xavier Wood win it all. Daniel Bryant. You know what I'm saying he was
True.
close last
I think
time
he
in winning.
might not be going to the to reports. He was one of the 3 or 4 people not to attend
Damn
because I know yeah unfortunately, I think it's I know Kevin Owens wasn't going, and Sami Zayn wasn't going, and I think because I don't think that's why there's no tag team matches at Saudi Arabia either. So that's probably one
Okay.
reason why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Or so then that will leave me with either um they might be workhorses for this event is between Andrade or Bobby Lashley.
Even after the matches.
Yeah, I think they're gonna
Uh,
double them in order for them to be able to deliver these
to the
50.
50. Okay.
Yeah, like
You think Braun will be in it,
is a possibility if he
and
if
is
he
he
gets the
gonna win
W.
it again? Because he won it
Mm,
last year.
he won the first
That's
one,
a Yeah. So he's the longest reigning champion. I think it was like 499 days or something like that.
which you got to
So
give him
he
props, but I don't think he's going to. If he win against Bobby Lashley, I don't think he's going to be able to perform again.
Okay.
Bobby Lashley, yes, because this is a way for redemption in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah.
um,
Uh,
this
before we continue, I think just to wrap up with Super Showdown, I think after watching yesterday's episodes of Monday Night Raw, I think the Beast in the Bank will cash in on Super Showdown,
stop it,
and
stop
everybody
it.
thinks it's gonna be against Seth Rollins, but he's gonna swerve everybody and gonna pick Kofi Kingston. Will cash in F5 and will be the WWE champion, and will show up on SmackDown as a champion.
I hope Brock Lesnar fall down under the ring like Titus O'Neil, and don't
No,
even
no,
think
that's not
about
gonna.
pulling that stunt because if he
No.
does, it's gonna be a waste of our time, our value. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
People's time. Save that for SummerSlam. Save that for Survivor Series. You have a whole year. That was the whole promo that they did 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Leave that
Yeah.
aside. We don't want no, and especially him making the brief look like a freaking a boombox. Come on,
Boombox.
man.
Yeah.
Come get out of here. Leave the dancing to real dancer. You know what I'm saying?
Just
Don't.
just because of that, I think the more I think about it, I think it's gonna be Kofi Kingston because the Boombox and New Day, they're dancing and stuff. I think I'm telling you, Kofi Kingston's better watch his back during his match because he will be the target.
And what I hate about, I mean, I enjoy the mysterious of like who is he going to cash in the briefcase on, but
Hmm.
I gotta when I think about like Asuka and no, actually they were Royal Rumble champion. So like when I think about Carmella was in SmackDown. She only could face cash it in on the women's champion. She did not have the option to go on Raw and cash it out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't like they mend the rule for like special individuals. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're getting paid $10 million just to show up for 5 minutes. Whoopie
Yeah.
doo.
True.
Anywho,
Yeah.
so this is our show, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm hoping that it's a little bit much cleaner, effective. Like I said, we clean out the kinks. You know what I'm saying? Lucito was all in the show this time than the night before. But if you could definitely want to share your feedback, follow up with us, feel free. You can follow me on my social media, the underscore J Agla underscore show, on YouTube and on Instagram, as well as JBlock07 if you want to tweet about our um, episode tonight. What about you, man? Where they can find you at?
They could follow us on Providence Lucha Talk and our Facebook page, and also in our Instagram, Private Lucha Talk. Um, we'll respond to any comments. And you can add us and subscribe and all our social media.
As you guys may know, we will be live on Twitch because, and the episode to stay posted on Twitch uh, on
Yeah.
Mondays. And on Tuesday on my YouTube page, you'll be able to see the post recording. So, if you missed the episode, you could catch up until we're able to get, our hands on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify real soon. It's all in the work right now.
All right.
All right, so this is us signing out. Thank you so much for watching and have a great night.
Have a good night.
Peace. Transition. Boom.
I felt like in the beginning, I felt like it's like acting. It was like, oh, all right, we rehearsed this already. Let's talk our lines over and over again.
It
Yeah,
was kind of repetitive, but at the
yeah,
same time, it was like